So after watching Don't Look at the Demon, I went and saw Lyle, Crocodile. A completely different fucking movie than Look at the Demon. Two very polar opposites movies, to definitely say the least. Yeah, this is one of those movies that I got a trailer quite a bit. Not all the time, but I got quite a bit. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to make of this. I'm like, this is obviously not I'm not the target audience for this whatsoever. It does have Javier Bardem in it. I love Javier Bardem. He looks like, even for the trailers, like he looks like he's having a blast. So I was like, yeah, whatever. And it's like one of those like, yeah, I use a lot of popular songs nowadays. The fucking a lot. It looks like one of those movies is going to be filled with a lot of popular songs from nowadays and stuff like that. And I'm one of those few people. I didn't even. I don't. I was looking up as like I knew this was based off a children's book, but I never read the fucking books as a kid. Never did. I thought it's like, is this like our most recent like book series that I never knew about? And like, no, it's from the '60s, you dumbass. I'm like, really? I'm like, I never read that. And like, I asked my mom, who's born in '62. She said, oh yeah, she said I read those. I'm like, okay. I was like, I like fuck. I don't know how they fucking escaped my line of vision as a kid, but whatever. Honestly, it seems like something I probably would have ended up liking as a kid. I don't know how I didn't, but whatever. Um, but yeah, like I didn't go in with high expectations with this. It's been getting decent reviews, better than that Amsterdam movie I'm going to see tomorrow. That's getting really horrible reviews. Um, so I'm like, yeah, maybe but I wasn't going with high expectations. I was like, maybe it'll be harmless. And yeah, it was harmless. I didn't hate it. I didn't mind this movie. I kind of enjoyed it for the most part. It was an enjoyable sit. I don't know if I'm getting soft in my old age, 34. I didn't hate it. It wasn't like it's a movie that doesn't break any new ground. It's a pleasable movie that your kids are gonna like. I'm sure my niece is gonna like. She's 9 years old. It's a fine movie. That's all I needed. It was going in with low expectations. My expectations were met, and they were almost kind of exceeded. Not entirely exceeded, but they were pretty much met for what I expected out of this movie. Um, I can name positives about this thing. Javier Bardem is having a fucking ball. He is the best part of this goddamn movie. Every time he's on the screen, it fucking just brought a smile to my face. Like he, it is funny when you sit and think about it. Is like this guy played Anton Chigurh in No Country for Old Men, one of the most terrifying villains in movie history, and he's now just this over the top like guy who's singing with a crocodile. Whatever. It's like what a career he's had. He's always been an entertaining actor. I mean, but it's it'd be like fucking I don't know what's the equivalent to it, like Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins has done stuff like this before. A guy who was known for being Hannibal Lecter. Like I said, I love Javier Bardem. I thought he's fun. Even Constance Wu, who like it's like, is that girl from Crazy Rich Asians? Like, yeah. I'm like, oh yeah. It's like she's always a really good actress, and she's like acting her ass off in some scenes in this movie. Like, Jesus Christ, she's actually seems like she's trying to give a pretty good performance out of this. And the kid is, he's your stereotypical kid in the kids movie you've ever seen, like who is a new kid into New York City who doesn't fit in with the rest of the kids, and he's having a hard time fitting in, and he's very spastic, and he's like worried about lead paint and crime in New York and whatever, because that's how kids are nowadays, apparently. To some points, I thought he was like maybe on the spectrum. At some points, I thought, like, is this kid supposed to be autistic? But no, he's just supposed to be spastic, from what I gathered. And he, like I said, And of course, he grows a relationship with the crocodile. I thought the effects for the crocodile were not that bad. I thought for the most part, like sometimes you would see it like, that doesn't look very good, but there are other times you're like, that don't look bad. It looked pretty decent. Like they made him cute looking, especially at the beginning with the big eyes, like staring at you. I'm like, Jesus Christ. It's like that is kind of adorable. That thing's fucking kind of adorable. Um, yeah, like Shawn Mendes, it just sings. The thing doesn't speak. It just sings. Like the fact, I love the fact that this fucking thing was having like basically how Javier Bardem he originally had the house that this family moves into, and he loses it because of Lyle. He you know, puts all his money into like these performances of him and Lyle, and at these theaters, and Lyle gets stage fright. A crocodile gets stage fright, whatever. When it gets a chance to perform in front of a lot of people, and he gets laughed at and mocked at and stuff like that. And I was thinking to myself, as like, what this thing kind of reminds me of, and made me kind of now want to see this. Um, what's the fucking the frog's name from the Looney Tunes where like it dances on the top hat and the cane and stuff like that. Hello, my baby. That shit. I was like, I kind of like this is kind of reminding me of that. Like when it has its chance to finally perform for this guy, he's like, ribbit. Like that's what it reminded me of. I was like, I kind of want to see a live action version of that. It's like I wouldn't mind that. Fuck it, why not? I've heard of dumber ideas. Fuck, there's a movie. I'm watching a movie about a fucking singing crocodile. For fuck's sake. And of course, it's one of those movies where the family has its problems. Everybody individually has its problems, and the crocodile helps them solve their problems. And like the mom is too busy feels like she's too busy with her kids. She's losing all the time she has with her kid, and the dad is not having trouble like getting control at work and stuff like that. And the crocodile helps him enjoy life or whatever, learn life lessons, yada yada yada. You've seen it 100 times before. This is one of those movies that I kind of do love with has a lot of kids movie logic. What I call kids movie logic, where only in kids movies do you see some really stupid shit that would never happen in real life, like cops. Like the crocodile singing on stage, and the cops that are about to try to get him stop, and they clap like, "Yay, the crocodile can sing!" I'm like, "Fuck off!" Like stop in their tracks because the crocodile can sing. Like what was the point of having that one girl? There was this black girl that you think is gonna be like a love interest to this main kid in this movie, and she because he kind of watches a video of hers on like not TikTok, but what was the thing called? I don't know what the fuck. They couldn't obviously use TikTok, so they had to name the app something else. And she wants to be on their version of America's Got Talent, which is called something else. And her character seems like it's gonna become like a love interest or something like that, or friendship with this kid. But then she just fucking disappears for like a majority of the movie, and then like towards the end they're like, oh yeah, she is a character. Like, oh yeah, I forgot about her. She pops up out of nowhere. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't even remember this fucking character existed. Fuck, I don't even think this movie remember this character existed. And then she becomes a big part of the end, and I'm like, well, I don't think they earned that. Another one thing I do want to complain about with this movie, it sounds stupid saying it, but fuck, I'm gonna say it. This movie, can they not have this movie teach kids to dumpster dive? Like, there's a whole montage of like Lyle teaching this kid and his mother to dumpster dive for food. They go outside like restaurants. They hide in the dumpsters of restaurants, and wait until they throw food out into the dumpster, and then take the food and eat it. What? Like, what kind of line? What is fucking thing are you trying to teach kids? Do not fucking teach kids to fucking dumpster dive and eat food out of garbage cans. What the hell? Like, they're having, like, they're like dumpster diving and getting food, and then you see them chowing on, like, this 4-course meal that they got out of a fucking dumpster. I'm like, ew! Fuck! What? We just came out of a pandemic. We not fucking teach kids to dumpster dive? Fuck, man. I was like, I didn't have a problem with that. I was laughing my ass off. I just told my mom on the way back. She's like, it's a kid's movie. Like, I know, but it's still fucking stupid. Like, come on. A little irresponsible. I did say I liked the effects with Lyle. I thought they were fine. The effects on that cat, what the fuck was that? Like, did they even try? Like, I don't even think they even tried. They, like, apparently just said, fuck it. We did a decent job with Lyle. Fuck the cat. Like, that's what it felt like. They couldn't have got even a real cat. Like, are you telling me they couldn't have found a fucking real cat? I don't know. Like, I mean, I know there's things it does that you would have to use a CGI cat. Yeah, obviously. But you could have also used a real cat for other scenes. Whatever. Yeah, I liked Lyle Crocodile. It's fun. For what it was, like, I went in with low expectations. I thought it was fun. If you have kids, they'll like it. And if you're a parent, you probably think that's probably not gonna be very good. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. That's as far as the Lyle Crocodile goes. Probably tomorrow or in the next couple days, I'll be watching Amsterdam. I'm going to see Amsterdam. Still have to see that. And I really get started on these fucking horror movie reviews. First one will be Orphan First Kill. So I'll have Amsterdam and Orphan First Kill coming up. Reviews for both those coming up here shortly. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.